Welcome, everybody. Today we have a very special guest with us today from the award-winning book A Wrinkle in Time. Let's welcome Meg Murphy.
What's up, guys? It's me.
All right, let's begin. What do you think the main message was in your book, A Wrinkle in Time?
I think that the moral lesson of A Wrinkle in Time is that good can always triumph over evil.
Well said. That's something that could be applied to all facets of life. What do you think the main problem you faced was in the book A Wrinkle in Time?
One of the major conflicts in A Wrinkle in Time is the conflict between good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
This conflict is illustrated when Charles Wallace becomes entranced and under the control of it.
Mm. So I'm assuming that you have a brother named Calvin.
Mm.
So why do you think Calvin felt alone throughout the book?
Calvin felt alone and isolated before he met the Murrays because even though Calvin's functions well in society, unlike me, he's never felt as though he had anyone to communicate with at the elevated level that is most natural to him.
All right, makes sense. So, like most stories, there's sometimes a fatal mistake that leads to the downfall of the evil in a book. What do you think the fatal mistake? What was the fatal mistake that led to the downfall of evil in A Wrinkle in Time?
Then it makes the fatal mistake of telling me through Charles Wallace that Mrs. Whatsit hates her, remembering what Mrs. Whatsit's gift of her love. I immediately deny this, and in a flash, I realize what I have that it doesn't. Love.
All right, very thought-provoking. What does the black thing in A Wrinkle in Time represent?
The black thing in A Wrinkle in Time is its own dark shadow that looms over the planets and represents evil forces. It has enveloped the dark planet Camazotz and controls its citizens through mind control.
Very interesting. What do you have that the it does not have?
Whatsit hits me, and at that moment I realize that the one thing that she has that it does not have, love. Although I cannot possibly love it, I can love Charles Wallace, and I call out to him with the force of my love.
All right. So, not many people are perfect. What would you consider to be one of your faults?
My greatest faults are my anger, impatience, and lack of self-confidence, but I channel and overcome them, ultimately emerging victorious.
All right. So, why are you embarrassed in some parts of the book, like in The Wrinkle in Time?
I am awkward because I feel like I didn't fit in with the other kids in school. I remember a time when I felt anxious at school and tried to roughhouse during lunch period. The other girls chastised me and called me a baby.
Interesting. Why were you angry at your father in some parts of the book?
I unfairly blame my father for failing to rescue Charles Wallace. Although I fail to realize it, my self-righteous accusation is characterized by the same evil excluded by it and the black thing.
How does the black thing make you feel?
I feel the world around me is being extinguished like a television screen being turned off, and I'm suddenly alone in nothingness, unable to move or speak.
All right. That seems like a good place to stop. All right, everybody. I hope you have had a good week. And this is us signing off.